Well, there was a guy here. He might wish to share something with you. What do you think? Hey everyone, this is that one guy again. I know I haven't really been uploading, but I've been trying to get someone to loan me a laptop so I can get started on learning how to edit. This video is edited, so that's pretty cool, but don't expect this to be a normal occurrence until around next year, around August. But that's not why we're here today. I have been waiting patiently for Chapter 5 to come out, just like everyone else. But I've been noticing it's been taking a little bit longer than I thought. Which is fine. It's okay to take a while. You gotta make it perfect. And, well, yeah, it's probably gonna be. So, I want to share one last video before Chapter 5. This won't really be much of a theory video. It's gonna be more of things people should know before the chapter comes out video. I have seen quite a few of these, and I noticed they haven't really put out certain details that might be important. So, without further ado, let's get right into the fun. So, first, I want to talk about the flowers in Asgore's shop. Specifically, the 7 flowers in the back. Those are actually most likely flowers from his wedding day with Toriel. It's not surprising he's kept them for so long. During the marriage, probably because, well, nostalgia, and probably for the same reason today. But, we learn this from some flavor text from Asgore's fridge with some photos on it. A bouquet of 7 flowers in Toriel's hand. It's not really much, but they probably know a lot about Asgore and Toriel after all this time. So it's safe to assume they will be lore relevant in the Flower Shop Dark World. If it's in Flower King, which it probably will be. Next, well, is Ram. I went into some dialogue concerning him in my first video, and currently, as I'm recording this, the only real video up on my channel. But I kind of want to go a bit deeper into his character, just like everyone else has. First of all, he's British. That's cool, I guess. But that actually probably hints to the type of plug he is, and why he's so different from the other plug boys we've seen. He's probably a type commonly used in Europe. I haven't really researched it that much, but I heard someone going into that, so thought it'd be nice to include in this video because cool fact, I guess. Next, I want to discuss the fact that aside from one line on the Deltarune official website, we don't really know the name of Sans' brother in Deltarune. We know it's Papyrus, but it's weird how they haven't been mentioning him by name at all outside of the website, because why would Toby hide such a detail? Could Papyrus just be a completely different person in Deltarune? Maybe. I mean, we have hints that before Flowey started encouraging him, he was a bit of a shut-in. I'd quite like to see that side of him, and I think a lot of other people would. How would Papyrus be without Flowey? Well, we'll just have to wait and see when Papyrus eventually gets revealed, am I right? Next, I want to talk about the secret boss of Chapter 5. There are quite a few candidates that I've seen running around. There's one of Asgore's flowers, some discarded papers, a bunch of stuff that fits a loose theme, but what I haven't been seeing around that much is the fact that there's a TV in Asgore's flower shop. And something tells me, due to one of Toby's tweets, saying,
"I showed another friend. Their testimonial was, what's the opposite of I miss Tenna?"
Will we be getting another Tenna character? Not exactly like Tenna. Definitely gonna be very different. We know how Toby is with his characters. But it's intriguing. Could we get another TV-headed character? Or could the TV just be relative to the plot? We know that Tenna had to be, turned on for him to become a Darkner. So will that TV in Asgore's flower shop be a Darkner, a landscape? Will we get items from it? Will we be able to traverse different shows, specifically the Cowboy Show? Woody Theory's still up and running, I know. But that's not the point. What will the secret boss be? Honestly, I don't think any of us could have predicted at all how chapters 3 and 4 secret bosses worked. We know how they worked now, but I don't think any of us could have predicted it back then. I mean, heck, a lot of people thought it was going to be a flower or how to draw dragons. I was in the boat for Woody Theory. For some reason. Anyway, not relevant. But what is relevant is this next topic, and probably one of the last three I'm going to discuss here, because I'm running low on time. Gotta get this edited with this borrowed laptop. Anyway, so, we know that living objects can become Darkners if they're of lower life forms, like plants. Meaning, Asgore's flowers will probably become Darkners. But that's not what I want to discuss with this. What I want to discuss is everything in the Dark World seems to come to life, no matter what it is. It's not exactly obvious at first, but outside of raw materials, everything does seem to have at least an ounce of life to it. I mean, even the dust in the purple cliffs in chapters 1 and 3 seem to be breathing when they're just piles of dust. So, mini theory here. I would like to say that maybe Dark Worlds give everything just a little bit of extra life. Plants come to life, but they were already alive, so they gain the next natural step. Slight bits of movement and emotion. like the cactus in Chapter 3. And also, we know from some flavor text from Miss Mizzle, I'm not going to pull that up here because I'm too lazy, that she did know the blue flower in Asgore's shop. So, yes, plants can become darkeners, but it's safe to say that though they will be definitely pretty intelligent because of how long they've lived, the flowers might not be able to talk. Just like the cactus, who gives you the Saber 10 in the S-rank room. Anyway, mini-theory over. Back to the last thing I've got to discuss here before I get to editing this and hopefully getting it published before Chapter 5. Who will the main boss of Chapter 5 be? It's usually suspected that it'll be Asgore, because he's in the prophecy as Boss 3, because the prophecy skips King for some reason. But I think it's not Asgore. First of all, what reason would he have to fight his own kid? And second, it never says the king. It says the Flower Man. And it doesn't just show Asgore, it shows a flower on that prophecy panel. So, what if the final boss of Chapter 5 is one of those flowers? Specifically the golden flower, because it'd be pretty cool to see that work, and we know how Toby is with his fan service. He does a lot of it, and I personally would like to see how Flowey would attack as a normal version of him, just like normal Flowey, not Photoshop/Omega Flowey, not Asriel, just Flowey. So, there's a pretty good chance that that is the Flower Man, and the Asylum is its glass case. But honestly, I don't really know. What do you think? Comment down below. Anyway, that's all the time I've got for today. I hope you enjoyed. This is quite a bit longer than the last video, and I'm quite happy about that. And from the start of the video and my profile picture, you might have noticed that it's different. Of course it is. It's a tree. But just like in Deltarune, there is something behind that tree. What it is? Well, I'm still working on that. But you'll see in due time. Well, I got nothing else to say except like, comment, and subscribe if I've earned it. And this is that one guy, signing off.
Hey, post-editing me here. Turns out I did have one more thing to discuss. Turns out I'm entirely too lazy to learn how to provide a visual in videos within a week, so, that'll start happening next year instead of this one. Well, not next year, next school year. Still gotta get through high school, you know? Well, I hope you enjoyed. I put my heart and soul into this video. So, thanks for watching.